So by clicking on this video, I'm guessing that you're the guy who's confident at some point. You already have some level of confidence, or you're still earning that confidence. Perhaps you've been going to the gym, or you have something going on in your life that you're proud of. And it makes you feel great about yourself. Perhaps it's your knowledge, or it's your physique, or it's your mindset. It makes you feel proud about yourself, and it makes you look and appear good in front of others. And of course, it can be a good thing. It can make you look good and feel great about yourself, but you must be aware of unearned confidence, which is ego. And you have to understand why ego is the enemy, and how you can avoid it, and how to earn confidence instead of ego. So today, as mentioned in the title, we're going to cover how to earn confidence instead of ego, and you should know the dangers of ego, and how it can ruin your potential and your future. And you're gonna want to stick around this video to know the difference between them, so you can figure out if the thing that makes you feel accomplished is either real confidence or just unearned ego that you created with your mind. So the 5 ways on how to earn confidence and get rid of ego is: the first way is to ask yourself, are you talking or doing? So most people have ambitions and goals. They are so entitled to these goals and ambitions. But the problem is with most people is as soon as they choose their goals and they set their ambitions up, they instantly start bragging about themselves, and they instantly start talking about what they're up to and what they are doing. They pretend that everything is going to plan and that they have it all figured out. They start talking about a certain topic in their field of work, like their career or their goals. And when they talk, they pretend that they know everything and that they have it all figured out, to the point where all that talking leads to tricking your mind into thinking that you are making actual progress. And talking, of course, is a temptation. Everyone likes to speak about themselves and what they are up to and what they are doing. And talking gives us a feeling of comfort, and it takes away focus and attention from what's important. So the next time you set goals and ambitions, instead of just talking all the time before you've even accomplished anything, what you must do is resist that temptation and the urge to speak and silence yourself. And then when you have some proof of your achievements and when you've actually accomplished something, then you can actually talk and be confident about it. And yeah, there's a quote I like from the book called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. It says, "Those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not know." The second way is to become a student and stay one. There's this thing that ego does that just fully kills your potential. Because ego makes you think that you are perfect, that you don't need to change. To the level where it tricks you that there is nothing bad about you and there is no need to improve yourself. Because when you look at yourself in the mirror, ego makes you think that you are so perfect and that you are superior to everyone else. And therefore, when you think that you are perfect, you think that you've completed real life and that you've reached the last track in life. And when you think that way, you stop feeling the need to actually keep on learning and keep on discovering things about yourself, and you stop bothering the need to improve yourself. So what you need to do is to become a student and stay one. What that means is you must understand that you are not as perfect as you think you are, and you are not as perfect as ego makes you think you are. And in that, I mean always understand that there's more to learn, and that there's more to practice and discover, and that there's so much things that you need to learn, and that there's so much information that you need to gather in order to improve, and that you need to be aware of. Even if you're a multi-millionaire, there's always something to learn. And this student attitude is what creates successful mindsets, because there's no way that you can actually get better if you already think that you are perfect, and there's no way that you can get better if you are already convinced that you are the best. The third way is to avoid early pride. So like all of us, when we achieve something, we become so proud, we become so entitled to the things that we achieved, and we become so entitled to our small progress to the point where ego rises and early pride comes along. It is a pitiful thing when the man lets a temporary success spoil him. I mean, of course, I'm not saying that you are not special, that you're not meant for something great. And if you're consuming content like this, I'm positive that you have great potential. But to fulfill this potential that you have, always, when you see yourself, instead of saying I'm perfect, ask yourself, what am I missing? What is my weak points? And what can I do to better myself? And I'm not saying to remove all pride from your life and remove all confidence. Of course not. Me, myself, I like to think positively. You shouldn't have any negative thoughts about yourself, or you shouldn't doubt yourself. Of course, me, myself, I have some level of self-pride. But if you're like me, then I'm positive that you'll want to think positively, as well as have some humility over yourself, control over your ego, which is like a wild lion that you must subdue. And of course, you must be happy of your tiniest accomplishments, but just don't celebrate too early and avoid early pride. Now, if you got to this part right here without clicking off, then I'm guessing that you're serious about yourself, because not so many people watch to this part. So yeah, engage and join us here for similar content like this one. The fourth way is the understanding that working is key. And by working, you must just go full focus mode, and you must just silence your mouth and just grind in silence without letting anyone know, because it is within silence that wisdom is created, and silence is strength. Because when you imagine a successful rich man, you don't see him around in public and he's just bragging about himself and accomplishments. I mean, of course, he might be here and there telling a few things. What I see him doing is that he's out there working quietly in the corner of a room without letting anyone notice, and ignores the temptation to seek recognition before they act. So what this means is to keep your mouth shut while you're working and try your best to not tell anyone what you're doing and why you're doing it and why you're grinding all the time. Fifth way on how to kill ego: don't assume that you know it all. Most people who really have the mindsets to win, they are hungry for success, look at themselves like they have a purpose, think that they are meant for something great. They think that they have it all figured out. What they don't see is the mistakes they are doing and the fear of failure which is holding them back from taking important risks to fulfill their potential. Because we pretend like it's all going as planned and we don't have to worry about anything because we are optimistic about the future. Me, myself, I'm optimistic and it's a great thing. It's good to be optimistic about the future. I will instantly tell anyone who's sad and depressed to be optimistic. And for sure, no one should doubt himself or his capabilities. But what I'm saying is that you should have a clear sight and a clear understanding of what are your capabilities and what you are capable of doing. Because thinking that it will go 100% as planned and that you won't fail, you will instantly get your rewards, is such a big mistake and it will lead you to arrogance. And the same goes for us and whatever we do. Instead of pretending and getting the fulfillment by making assumptions and imagining the success that we will have in our minds, we must remain focused on execution and executing with excellence. Damn, bro. And yeah, bonus tip, just don't think that it's gonna go everything according to plan. And you must just stop assuming and imagining your future life in your mind, because picturing your dream life in your mind only gives your brain the fulfillment of actually achieving your goals, and it makes you think that you are actually moving forward, and it can get you down into a rabbit hole, and it's gonna get you stuck in your own place all the time. Just don't waste time daydreaming and picturing your dream life in your mind, because it won't happen unless you actually put in some work and put in some effort. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. I took enough of your time. And remember, brothers, always take action. Peace.